Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we're going to look at Bullseye because he's in the roster. We can see his statistics. And the question is he going to be God tier or meme tier? We don't know. We haven't ever even looked at him. But let's look at him together. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. So he is a skill champ. You can see I only have 3 skill champs that I don't have. It's him, it's Chilith, and it's Punisher. So let's take a look. We can view his info right now. There he is. It's his kit. Right now, he would be a rank 5 unawakened 6-star. That's how they present him when he first comes out. He's got a beefy amount of health at 53,000. So let's go and let's compare that to another rank 5 that I've got. Let's compare that to Kate Bishop. Let's compare it to Massacre. Massacre is a good one to compare him to. So Massacre has 49,000 health. So he's a little bit beefier than Massacre. He has he's got an attack of 3,900, which is not as much as Massacre is, but Massacre's awakened, and he probably has some bonuses on him. So let's look at his kit real quick. It looks on the side here that we're going to get cruelties, bleeds dialed in, which is a very similar mechanic that we get with Kate Bishop and with Hawkeye. Evades, that's great. Furies, true accuracies, and impacts, which don't think we've ever seen. We've seen impact in a node, but we've never seen impacts on a champion. So always active, I never miss. Always bypass miss. And all hits are guaranteed crit hits. Crit hits and personal effects can be inflicted through blocks that are not well timed. Wow. That is amazing. That's a big one. So he can well-time block Photon, and then he can hit Photon. Same thing with Ghost. Same thing with Guillotine 2099. So Bullseye is immune to precision or fatigue effects and gains non-stacking. Oh, so he can't get precision. Okay. Or fatigue, but he gains a non-stacking 45 cruelty buff for every 8 seconds when this immunity triggers. Oh. He always crits. Okay, and cruelty is for crit damage. So he always crits, so he can't get precision because he always crits. And so his damage just goes up whenever he would get a precision. So if you've got a certain mastery turned on, you can get precisions. Okay, so this buff will not re-trigger when already active. So he's only going to get 1. And then when the opponent would be inflicted with a bleed effect, gain a cruelty passive for 8 seconds. Pause this special attack. Pause during special attacks as a defender. And then these are paused for 3 seconds each time the opponent avoids a basic attack with the dexterity mastery. Max stacks 10. Ooh, that's going to be nasty. For each personal cruelty, physical resistance is increased by 397, so that's going to give him a little bit more beefiness. And blade attacks, so I guess we're going to figure that out. He does blade attacks on certain attacks. Inflict instant bleeds, so these are not damage over time bleeds that deal 392 direct damage. These are also inflicted when any attack would be avoided with the dexterity mastery or evade. Oh, that's nasty. And then whenever you inflict a bleed, you get that cruelty. Oh, that's he's going to be nasty. He's going to be really nasty. During a special attack 1 or 2, press the block input after the first hit to slow down, release it, and then you get the perfect release. A perfect release in the Special 3 minigame also grants a perfect release bonus. Activating a perfect release bonus grants an indefinite dialed in, which increases cruelties again and re-triggers all personal cruelties. Failing to activate removes 1 dialed in. As a defender, 10% chance for each cruelty passive to activate a perfect release bonus after 1 or 2. So he has some stuff for him to be a defender, which isn't too bad. I don't think he's going to be a super defender. I don't see anything so far that says he's going to be like a super defender. He looks like he's all attack. Gaining a bar of power grants a non-stacking killer instinct passive for 3 seconds. So you want to pop this off right after you gain a bar of power. You want to pop off a special. This will not trigger while active. This is paused during special attacks and while over 1 bar of power or until a personal evade triggers. While Killer Instinct is active, Bullseye has a 100% chance to evade incoming basics. That's nice. Purifying any stun. That's nice. So that gets rid of stuns that you might get from parry. This evade will not trigger while blocking, so you can just stand there. As long as you got it, Killer Instinct and its effects are not affected by ability accuracy. When Killer Instinct expires and it lasts for 3 seconds, as an attacker, it goes into cooldown for 12 seconds. So it's basically a freebie. It's almost like the ability that Deadly Origins Black Widow has. When evading, Bullseye counteracts and inflicts an instant bleed. So again, that increases his cruelty. After counterattacking as an attacker, the ability to activate Special Attack 3 is disabled for 1 second. As a defender, the chance to activate a special attack is increased for 1 second. Okay? 1 and 2 special attacks. Activating a 1 or 2 immediately after a counterattack makes the first hit of the special attack passively unblockable and gains a 2,552 Fury for 6 seconds. This Fury passive will not trigger while already active and is paused during Bullseye's special attacks. Oh, wow. So he gets a Fury for 6 seconds when he uses his special, and then he gets it for a little bit and is paused during his special attacks. Intercepting the opponent with any special attack hit also grants this Fury passive. Oh, wow. Okay. So immediately after a counterattack, activating a special under pressure 2 immediately after a counterattack. Okay, so it's like a special intercept with Hercules. Special attacks landed against invisible, phasing, or untouchable opponents grant no power. Okay. Special 1. Gains true accuracy, passive for 15 seconds, paused until... So true, he's already got... He doesn't already hit. Evades and auto blocks. So this will be good against auto blocks. And then the final 2 hits inflict instant bleeds, which deal 392, and then he gets, because any bleed causes him to get a cruelty, so he's going to just be at massive stacks of cruelty. On activation, gain a non-stacking 25% impact. There's the impact. That's that one I said we haven't seen except in a node, so increases block penetration by giving potency. It's almost like penetration with Hulkling. So 25% impact passive and inflicted non-stacking 50% bleed vulnerability. Both of these effects last 30 seconds and are paused. Okay, the final hit stuns. So I think you would want to do a special attack 2 and then maybe work up to a special attack 1. And in the process... evade inflicts a bleed. Where's the bleeds at here? There was a place in here where they got bleeds. So it looks like the dialed in doesn't do anything special on... so his blade attacks inflict bleeds. And uses blades for all of his attacks except his second light, third light, fourth light, and final special. So you want a medium, light, 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 medium. Or you want a light, light, and then medium, or light, medium, light, medium. That's how I think the rotation goes, because then you get the bleeds. And if you do the special 2 and then you come in and do that, you're going to get the bleeds, which is going to increase your cruelties. And then finally, special attack 3, inflicting a non-stacking disorient passive, reducing block proficiency and defensive ability accuracy. While this disorient is active, all personal cruelties are paused. So it's all about getting the bleeds on. So I would say his rotation is to work up to a special 2 to get the bleed vulnerability, and then go in and do medium, light, 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 medium, or medium, light, medium to get the bleeds on. So you could do those with the blade attacks. To get the cruelties, they do more damage because they're bleed vulnerable. And then you just start doing more and more and more damage. And then finally, and you're going to get a Fury as well. And then I think you just work back up to another special 2. I think he just spams special 2s in this. Special 3 might be okay. Okay. Let's look at his awakened ability. So activating a special attack passively reduces damage caused by the opponent up to 99% for 0.06 seconds. So if you get caught like hitting into somebody's block with a passive, they're not going to be able to do any damage if he's full sig. That's pretty good. Activating a special attack passively reduces damage. I think that's for a defender. I think that's for a defender because yeah, I think the special attack passive is as a defender. The Fury passive will... Yeah, I think that's only as a defender that he does a passive. And then whenever either champion is stunned or struck by a heavy attack, Bullseye has a 10 to 50% chance to purify 50% of all debuffs up to a maximum of 10 debuffs. The stun debuff from the parry mastery will not trigger this. Oh, wow. That is pretty... So it looks like he does need to be... that's a pretty powerful ability. And he looks like he needs to be awakened and needs to be high sig. He has... I think it helps a lot. I don't think he needs to be awakened. But that last one helps a lot. A lot. What do they mean by passive? Passive... I don't know what they mean by passive special. Activating a special passively. Not really sure that I get that. Okay. So it looks like with his awakened ability that he's going to get a reduction in damage. And then when he strikes his opponent with a heavy or he gets struck, he purifies debuffs. That's pretty good. And there's certain debuffs that if he purifies, he puts bleeds on, I believe. So, bypasses all miss. When evading... That's for somebody to evade him. Okay, so I don't think he does that. Okay, and let's look at his synergies. So, perfect block chance. Dialed in passives. Oh, I bet the passive specials have to do with the dialed in. Dialed in passives increase the duration of their associated effects by an additional 3%. Probably pretty good with Kate Bishop. Black, white, and red. If Daredevil or Daredevil's Hell's Kitchens are knocked out, start each fight with an indefinite stacking 10% cruelty buff. Maybe people will bring that in. I don't really see a great use for that at all. But what? So perfect block. Kate, it's probably Kate's going to be one of the best ones. I really don't like bringing any of those champs in. Daredevil, if Elektra is knocked out, start each fight with an indefinite stacking 20% Fury. And if Bullseye is knocked out, start each fight with an indefinite stacking 20%. I wouldn't bring all those in. I don't think it's worth it. Deadpool, start the fight with an indefinite meat armor buff, granting 20% armor rating and 10% block resistance. Yeah. Block penetration increases by 5% for each personal cruelty passive. That's pretty awesome. That one's pretty good. It's all about getting those cruelties on and ramping up that crit damage that he has. So, and that's for block penetration. And that's not impact, that's block penetration. And then, why has he got something with Cyclops? Okay, so if you put Cyclops on the team, intercepting an opponent with a beam attack grants a non-stacking 50% Fury for 3 seconds. Ugh. And he gets, if an attack doesn't critically hit a non-mutant opponent, gain a non-stacking 50% Fury for 3 seconds. This buff will not retrigger while active and is not affected by ability. So that's okay. I mean, I think the best synergy that he has, he doesn't have great synergies. We don't know all of them because there could be ones outside of this. I think the best one he's probably got is with Kate Bishop. All right. So, and he's got, well, it says his crit rating is 25%, but from his kit, all hits are guaranteed crits. Critical hits and personal effects can be inflicted through blocks. So all hits are hits. They're criticals. And he can't get precisions. So looking at that 25%, I don't think that's a big deal. Crit damage rating is 50%. It's actually at a minus 204. So that's not great. So he is going to increase his crit damage rating quite a bit. What could he get it up to? So 50%, and really what you want, so he doesn't do that much damage on his basic attacks until he gets that those cruelties up. So he could get it up to stacks of 10. So he could get another 450 cruelty, possibly. Another 450 off of that. Another flat 18. Can do stacks of 5 on that. So 90. So about 5 something. And I think he gets something. He gets a Fury, so that'll increase his damage. So I think it's all about getting that, changing this number right here, this minus 204, this 50%. Normally that, if we look at one of these other skill champs, so let's just look at Kate Bishop. Let's just look at Kate Bishop and what is her crit damage rating. And her crit damage rating is 176%. And his is 50%. So that is something you need to consider with him. He starts out doing very little damage because he always hits. But he's doing 50% of the damage he normally would be doing. His armor penetration and block penetration starts at very low. Armor rating is 22. Block proficiency is 66. That can go up quite a bit. So, yeah, I would say he's okay. I'm going to have to play him. I don't have him right now. Now, there is an offer. I think if you're Paragon or above, you can get the 6-star, and you can get it for $100. You can get one of them. And for $50, you get 2 of the 5 stars. You get 10 of these crystals for $100, and you get 1,000 7-star shards and the 30%. I don't think he's worth the $100 right now, to be honest. You're really not going to get a 7-star out of this. There probably is a similar offer like this in the store. So I guess it is what it is. I'm going to need to see him to see how great he is and to see what tricks people can do to really ramp up his damage. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.